The following is a presentation of TFNN.
Let's go to Ed in Indiana. Ed, thanks for holding. Thanks for calling in. How are you today?
I'm doing great, Steve. You have such a gift on giving us stories to help us keep our mind right when we're trading.
We got Ed Young on the line. Now we're talking. Now we got a co-host for sure.
Steve, I just wanted to call in a little bit of support to you because I always believed that an investor had to be whole-minded, and if they couldn't control their emotions, they could read the charts all they want and still hurt themselves. And you seem to be so balanced. You have such a good calming influence, and all the little antidotes. You're constantly putting that in there with the technical analysis, and that is so important. And my hat's off to you. I'm still a listener, and I love what you do. And I just wanted to call and give my support to you, Steve, and tell you how much I appreciate it and how much it helps me.
I can change the world. I'll be the sunlight in your universe. You would think my love was really something good. Baby, if I could change the world.
Let's go over to Don in Odessa, Florida. Don, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding.
Hey, Steve. Thank you.
You bet. How you doing today?
I'm doing okay. I'm a subscriber to your service, and I just want to let you know that I sure do appreciate what you've done for me.
Wow.
A couple months here.
Thank you very, very much. Let's go to Mike and Brandon. Mike, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding.
Hey, I love your show. Your show is great. You're good common sense about everything, and you're laid back and you're clear when you talk, and that means a lot to a beginning investor.
I could change the world. I would be the sunlight in your universe. You would think my love was really something good. Baby, if I could change the world. Baby, if I could change the world. Baby, if I could change the world.
Let's go to Susan in Boca. Susan, thanks for holding. Thanks for calling.
Yo, Steve, thanks for being there. And I just have one thing to say, just an update from the last time I called you.
Yes.
I was a subscriber.
Yes.
Just to your trial
Yes.
subscription, and now I'm a bona fide member.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
It is now time for The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters. Welcome to the June 19th Wonderful Wednesday edition of today's Opening Bell on the Trader's Edge. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, and I absolutely treasure your presence here today. My outcome, as always, is to help you to become a better money master and to provide you with tools that each of us need in order to lead an inspired life. Because leading an inspired life, folks, that is what it's all about. So let's go look at one of our tools, and in honor of it being a wonderful Wednesday, marvelous. What is it? A wonderful Wednesday. A wonderful Wednesday. And on Wonderful Wednesday, we still have Ed Young's voice in that opening out here, and he talked about balance. So why don't we go take a look at today's tool? Let's make today's tool master your time, and you will master your life. So we'll talk about balance. That makes sense. And what most of us do is we underestimate the giant capacity that we can immediately command when we focused all of our resources, on mastering a single area of our lives. And, each of you must know this to be true because at several points in your life, you committed all of your energy to at least one thing. The problem, though, with mastering only one area of your life is that things can get a little out of balance. Just like Ed Young said, balance. And if you want to see how balanced your life is, just picture a circle and cut it into, I'm going to just cut this one into 4 sections. Like 4 big pieces of pizza out there. And in our pizza of life, one of those pieces is going to be finance. Another piece is going to be health. Another piece will be relationships. And that final slice will be your career. So we're going to take this big circle. We're going to cut it into 4. And we're going to have one of those quadrants or a quarter be finance, another health, another relationships. And then the final piece would be your career out there. Now, you can have more pieces than that. I'm just going through a general balance out here. And here's what I want you to do. Just as I ask you this question, just write down the number on a piece of paper. Actually do the exercise. So on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you right now in your finances? Write down that number. Just write it down quickly, whatever comes to mind. On a scale of 1 to 10, Where are you when it comes to your health? Put that number down on a piece of paper. How about relationships? On a scale of 1 to 10, are you towards a 1? Are you towards a 10? Are you 5? Where are you? And then finally in your career, whatever that career might be, it might be just simply trading and investing. Whatever it is, whatever your career is, on a scale of 1 to 10, where is that? Now what I want you to do, hopefully you wrote those numbers down. Now what I want you to do is picture this circle as really as a tire. So now we're going to go and take this circle. We're going to form it into a tire. And what you're going to do is take each of those. If you drew on a piece of paper, this would be even better. Draw a circle on a piece of paper, cut it into 4. Just put 2 lines down the center and write down the numbers. One imaginary on that line out there. Maybe let's say that your finances were an 8. Maybe your health was a 5. And if you draw a line in that quadrant, approximately where it is, from edge to edge, and each of those quadrant there, maybe your relationships are a 2. Maybe your career is a 6. Well, here's the deal. If you kind of picture that as being your tire, okay, if you're not in balance, folks, it's going to be a little bumpy ride. And the key is absolutely to have balance. And that exercise, what it should do is it should help you determine where you should be spending your time. You want to bring your things in. You want to bring your life into balance. You see, once you've mastered time, once you understand where to spend your time, you'll understand how true it is that most people overestimate what they can accomplish in a year, and they underestimate what it is that they can achieve in a decade. So I say, master your time, and you will master your life. Thank you, Ed Young, for talking about balance out there and just kicking things off here. Let's go check out the markets. Let's go see if they're going to kick things off here. Right now, futures are basically flat. Dow futures off 9 points, trading at 15,235. All the fireworks taking place yesterday. Maybe a little bit of a respite up until about the 2:30 time frame when Uncle Ben comes out. Everybody awaiting with bated breath what it is he's going to say. Of course, we all know what he's going to say out there. So now it's just really a matter of just really waiting. We're not waiting for what he's going to say. We're waiting to see how the market responds to what he says out there. S&P futures, they're flat, trading at 1644 right now. NASDAQ futures up about 4 points at 2992. Russell 2000 flat. King dollar's up 2 ticks. Currency market unchanged in the euro-US dollar currency pair. Out there, a little bit of movement in the Japanese yen. Gold, not much movement there. $1.80 up to the upside, trading at 13.68. Silver's back 9 pennies out there. Even light sweet crude is flat, totally flat at 98.44. Our call-in number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. We can take a look at your equity. If we take a quick look around the world, see what's going on, you've got the DAX trading down 13 points. FTSE is off 29, so not a ton of movement. The FTSE, though, is off 0.5%, so we'll take a look in on that stock chart. You've got over in Asia last night, China was down. So you had the Hang Seng off over 1%, down 238 points. The Shanghai off 0.7%, and the Nikkei, another little bounce there, up 237 points, up nearly 2%. Let's start off. What should we start off taking a look at? Yesterday it was pretty clear. In the last couple of days, I mean, if you were listening to the this show here and you didn't think that I was bullish from the standpoint of a bullish bounce, then I don't think I could have been too much clearer on that. And we'll take a look at all those things, all those patterns out there, and see where we stand now. So here's the 120-minute chart on the U.S. dollar. On the S&P futures contract here. Now, that price projection, we did get up over the resistance areas yesterday. Now, the key resistance that we were taking a look at was that descending price channel that took place right off of the May 22nd high out there. Not so much the high as it was the actual open, because we were identifying the price channel out there. So we were using the open price of 1672 and a quarter out there. And then our trend line, our channel line, really coming in right about the close at 9:30 on June the 10th, out at the close is 1641 and a quarter, and really setting up our channel. And that channel, it even picked up the close at 3:30 in the morning on June the 17th. And so the ES Mini broke out of that channel, came back and tested it once on Friday last week at about 9:30 in the morning, tested it again in the about 15:30 on June the 17th. So what is that, 12? That'd be 3:30 in the afternoon. Rejected that area. So it was a test, several tests here of that price channel. It was a real breakout. We've seen that breakout take place. So the question is is it going to be the 1657 that's going to be met? So here's the deal. If, in fact, the news is really positive, not the news, it's not news that's positive. If the market responds positively and jettisons a little bit higher, the benchmark, or where it is, not so much a benchmark, but the price point that you want to be paying attention to is 1657, about 13 points north of where we are at. If, in fact, that takes place, and then you start to see a reverse, well, then the top is in, because the market is still in a downtrend. And speaking of trends out there, if you haven't had a chance, and you may not have heard, I did put together a special report out there. It's available to you for free. It's on the homepage of TFNN.com. In fact, I'll go ahead and pull that up here on the screen. For all of you that are watching on Tiger TV, thank you so much for doing that. Maybe you're listening on the radio or your mobile device at TFNN.com. TFNN.mobi. What you can do is go over to the homepage of TFNN.com. In the upper left-hand, well, in the middle left-hand side, you'll see a little up arrow and down arrow. We call it a carousel here with inside TFNN, but it doesn't really look like a carousel. You'll see a special report. It's a free special report. The trend is your friend until it changes. I've identified a set of tools out there that you want to make, and these are a set of tools that you can apply to anything that you trade, any time frame. It's a tool, and I'm going to teach you how to use that tool with inside this special report out here. So you want to make sure that you have this no matter what type of trading it is that you do out there. So it's free. You'll also see it under breaking news, right underneath breaking news. The trend is your friend until it changes. So go check that out. The trend right now, because you want to trade certainly in the direction of the trend, and I can tell you the direction of the S&P 500. That trend is short, albeit short term just yet. We're talking about from a daily standpoint. That trend is down. So the intermediate, the long-term approach, that trend is still, in my opinion, not my opinion. Instead of using my opinion, what I wanted to do was to create a tool out there that said get rid of the subjectivity and just simply be very objective. And that's what this tool is all about. That's what that special report is about. And so it's available to you right now. Go to the homepage. Don't delay. Just go there. It takes you about, 2 minutes or so in order to be able to download that special report out there. So the trend is down inside the ES Mini. That means that you can still get a bounce up here. If the market bounces to 1657, that still then becomes your sell area. That was on the 120-minute chart. The 120-minute chart did get yesterday afternoon at about 2:30 in the afternoon, did get up into the overbought condition, and that is very important. So as it got up into that overbought condition, it had to work its way off. That, in essence, is what it has done out here. I would say really right now it's important to pay attention to this bar on the 120-minute chart out here. That's the bar that completed at 5:30 this morning. Kind of a wide-ranging bar to the upside. If we get a close below, let's see, the open of that bar was 1642.50. That's a pretty decent indication that, you know what? Price isn't going to make it all the way up there and that the top is in. 877-927-6648. Be right back.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or TigerTV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. with the launch of TigerTV. TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With TigerTV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pesavento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Terrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on TigerTV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out TigerTV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
McEwen Mining is a high-growth, mid-tier producer in the Americas with a market capitalization of $1 billion. Experienced mining executive Rob McEwen, as chairman, CEO, and president, owns 25% of the outstanding shares of McEwen Mining and has put in place an ambitious business plan with the goal of qualifying for inclusion in the S&P 500 by 2015. With $70 million in cash and liquid assets as of the end of 2012 and completely debt-free, McEwen Mining is poised for growth. Production in 2013 is forecasted to grow at 24%, reaching 130,000 gold equivalent ounces, and over the next 3 years, McEwen Mining projects that their production will increase to 290,000 gold equivalent ounces, almost a threefold increase from last year's totals. If you'd like to find out more about McEwen Mining, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE or TSX under the symbol MUX.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. The trend is your friend until it changes. That's that free special report on the homepage of TFNN.com that I put together and we posted up there yesterday. You know, I used the tool that's inside that special report. I used that yesterday to go along the ES Mini as we were coming into the 9:30 open. That's when the ES Mini had also traded right down into the old resistance line, which really was tested as support, and that came in at about 1632. That's this black horizontal line going across my screen on the 30-minute chart. And then I went ahead and I used another tool that I share with subscribers for my newsletter service to go ahead and exit my position at 1648 yesterday afternoon. I actually took a short position when I flipped because the signal that I got was a signal not just to exit the long, but was also to go short in the marketplace. So if you would like to understand those tools, you actually can take advantage of a real special offer that we have here at TFNN. Normally, my newsletter service, which comes with a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee, look, I've learned that if you don't pay for something, you won't pay attention. So ever since the newsletter service began, you went ahead and you had to give a deposit. You had to put down a credit card and make a deposit. It was totally refundable, but the whole idea was there's so much time and energy that I put into the newsletter service. I want to be able to teach you something, and I know that if you pay for something in life, you will pay attention. Well, we're going to just change that up here just for a couple of weeks. So it's a limited time offer. You can actually test drive my newsletter service for 2 2 weeks free. You're not charged up front for anything, so there's nothing that shows up on your credit card. I've never done this before. It's really something that's a summer special. It's something that you should really take advantage of, and you'll learn some tools that you will absolutely apply to your trading out there. I just hope that knowing that you're not paying for anything, that there's no deposit being put down, being charged to a credit card or anything, that you really will take advantage of that, the tools that are out there, because my goal is to help you to be able to make money in the marketplace, allow you to be able to make your trading decisions out here. Now, if we take a look at what's going on that 30-minute chart here on the screen, as we take a look at it, we can see a small little consolidation pattern that really began at about 12:30 yesterday afternoon, right at around the level of 1641.50 out there. And the reason why I'm using that area, that little doji candle, it's really more so because of the bullish candles. We saw a little bullish engulfing candle at about 12:30 this morning. We see a little bit of a morning star candle formation that took place here at 8:30 this morning. That means that the support area, this little consolidation area right here, if in fact this consolidation gets taken out to either the upside or the downside, we can project the price. Now, if it's taken out to the upside, what I did here during the break is I just simply made a little green block that happens to represent the price move of this consolidation. And if the ES Mini deems the news positively, meaning it trades positively and bounces out of this consolidation level, it'll go move right up to the top. But take a look at where that consolidation actually takes you to. It takes you to that 1656 level, which was that longer term. When I say longer term, it was the 1.272 butterfly pattern. Likewise, if it breaks to the downside, what you can expect is you can expect price to come all the way back down in essence and retest that old little resistance line. Now becomes a support, and that's going to be your level. We'll use the price point of 1632 out there in the marketplace. So we know what the projection is to the upside, to the downside. I say trade in the direction of your trend out there, and the trend on the daily chart inside the S&P 500. How about the New York Stock Exchange? Let's just use the wider swath, the breadth of the marketplace out here. We'll take a look at that summation index. That we were going to. What the heck happened there? Looks like I ran into some slight problem without even knowing it. What I can tell you here, I don't know why my chart is showing what it's showing, but nonetheless it is. Let me see here what happens. Boy. In any event, I can't show it to you on the chart here. You're just going to have to take my word. The summation index is 19 down, so we'll just simply bypass that chart out here. Now, let's also go over and take a look at what's going on inside the currency market here. As we take a look at the currency market, also one of the things that we factored in yesterday was, and we do it every day, is the euro-Japanese yen currency pair. Maybe it's on this tab right here. And so we're taking a look at the short-term chart. Yeah, we'll just take a look at the short-term chart out here. This is the one that showed those nice butterfly buy patterns out here that were formed back at around 10 o'clock in the morning on June the 13th. And what we've seen here is we've seen a bounce up into about the 0.382 retracement. And that would be the retracement coming all the way off of the May 22nd high to the low that was put in here on June the 13th. Hasn't totally made it up there, but we have seen a little bit of a little stalling formation. Of course, what we saw here was we saw the currency pair get into that extreme overbought territory. Now it's working its way off, and I think we'll see it actually continue to move down, making A to B equals CD down. We'll be right back, folks.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, gives you Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. With Market Insights, nothing is left to guessing. With the market at record levels, volatility is here, and now is a perfect time to take advantage of a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights. As recently as March 26th, Tom advised his subscribers to liquidate their 4 short-term equity holdings, closing out all 4 positions for a combined 15.9% profit, and on April 1st, Tom advised his clients to sell their longer-term position in AIG warrants, locking in more than a 40% profit in just that one trade. If you'd like to see the kind of newsletter Tom O'Brien sends out to his subscribers each morning, then sign up for your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts has officially launched at TFNN. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind software, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, butterflies, ABCs, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the market for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, and even months searching to find. As part of our introductory pricing, we're offering licenses available at only $59 per month. We're so confident that you'll love this new outstanding piece of charting software that we'll even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Lock in your low price today by ordering your copy at TFNN.com. Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And we're off to the races. We got the Dow off 17 points. Trading at 15,300, S&P off 2, trade at 1650. Composite slightly green here, up 31 cents. Russell 2000 off 69 pennies. Leading the charge to the upside, Sarepta Therapeutics, SRPT up $2.58. Let's see if there's any news behind the move out here. Nothing behind the news. Up about, trading out at 45.90, up about 5.8% out there. I'm sorry, about 7%, I should say. It's trading at 40.80. Trading Adobe Systems, ADBE is the ticker symbol. They're the one up 6% here right now. We'll take a look in on that stock chart. We've got Intercept Pharmaceuticals, ICPT. That's up $2 and change. Alexion Pharmaceuticals, ALXN, up $1.57. Air Gas, ARG, is up $1 out there. Otherwise, nothing moving significant to the upside. We've got Tetra Tech Inc., TTEK. That was a mouthful for me, but it's down 14%. We're certainly going to peek in on that. Men's Warehouse, MW, down $1.47. That's off 4%. Vanda Pharmaceuticals, VNDA, struggling today, off 15%. Baidu down a couple of bucks out there. SodaStream off $1. Apple off 90 cents. Again, our call number is 877-927-6648. So, using the trending tool that's available in the Trend is Your Friend until it changes, and it really helps you identify. It works on all types of vehicles. Right now I've got it actually on a currency chart, our favorite currency pair actually to follow, which is the euro, Japanese yen, just to get an indication of what it is doing so we can get a better indication of what our markets are doing. This now beginning to trend to the downside. What that says to me is that the next Gartley buy pattern should form out here. That would be just simply coming off of the swing point low. Formed back here at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on June 14th, that level 125.16, all the way up to the high that was put in here at 8 p.m. on June 18th. That was last night, 128.10. So if we go from the low to the high and we take a look at retracement levels, we'll see so far it's come back where it should have. That first area right down into about the 0.382 retracement. The exact number would have been 126.98. Actually got down to a low of 127.04. So that is close enough to me in ticks from a currency standpoint. And what it looks like it really wants to do is get down to about 126.17 to 125.81 out there. That would be the price projection if, in fact, we see a move below the low that came in at 5 this morning out at the 127.04 level. If, in fact, that's the move that we see, if, in fact, this is what's going on, this is giving us a signal as to how the market is going to respond to the news. Not maybe the first spike, but the direction that we can expect out here, because it's this currency pair that tracks the U.S. stock indices better than anything else in the marketplace out there. What would those Gartley buy patterns look like? Well, the 0.618 level would look just about like this right here. There we go on our screen. In fact, let's take a look and see what the expansion level is of just this small little, let's assume that the B to C level has already been formed out here. It has, so 2.618. Yes, I say the area of about 126.28-ish really should be some pretty strong support out there inside this currency pair, and that is on the euro, Japanese yen. Now, that is on the intraday chart. That's on the 30-minute chart. Just like when we take a look at the ES Mini on the 30-minute chart, we just look for the breathing pattern of the market moving up and down. So, right now, to expect the market to just kind of chop around until the 2-ish time frame, I think that's a reasonable expectation. And so let's start peeking in on some of these stocks here that are popping and dropping. Let's go take a look at Tetra Tech Inc. TTEK is the name out here. So let's go take a look at that and see what it is doing other than trading off 13% right now. So let me switch over to a different tab here. And, gapping down, we'll see if it's taken out a swing point. TTEK is the symbol, and it's with volume. So it's oh my goodness, this is absolutely taken out a swing point and done it with volume, and had a real nasty sign of weakness in here on April the 9th as it had gapped down with 1.5 million shares. It's only been trading for 9 minutes today, and it's already down with 434,000 shares out here. So let's take a look at this equity here. We'll try to pull it back, see where this thing is headed to. Let's keep on the daily chart out here. Made a big bearish engulfing candle out here at the highs. That was on the session of March 25th, 2013, and then began to sell off. Let me do this here real quickly. So let's take a look at the A to B equals CD down. We'll go from the actual high out here. Came in on March the 20th, that price point, 31.49. Your B point that's been taken out now with volume this morning is the low from April 22nd, that price level, 24.16. Makes a move back up to the area where it had broken down. It did that on May 21st. We'll come back and take a look at that momentarily. So the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. That'll take us into the 2173 level. But with the gap down, when you start making a D point, which in essence is what it is done here today, or is close to doing, 2172, and the low so far is 2267. So it's making the D point, doing it with a gap down, doing it with a volume out there. Says that it really wants to run the lower price, at least 1971. Now, if we pull this back even further here, and we go from the most recent significant swing point, that's going to take us all the way back into 2011, just as we're our market here. If you take a look at the lows, this came in October of 2011. That's why understanding the trend of the general marketplace is very important when you are going ahead and taking a trade on any stock, because if you take a look at this thing here, this certainly traded in the direction of that trend coming off those lows from October. And that's really when you take a look at what took place in the market yesterday. Yesterday morning I gave all of the numbers to look for inside the ETFs, And remember, I couched it as it's when we take a look at these numbers, they're really the range. It's the range that you're looking for. You're not looking for exactness out there, and that's in essence what we saw. We'll take a closer look at that during the second hour today, during the Money Master show, as we do each day when we take a look at the indexes and the ETF structures out there. Now, as we're taking, let's come back here to what this is called, Tetra Tech Inc. out here. And as we take a look at Tetra Tech Inc., you can see that the 0.618 is where it gapped down to this morning, taking out some energy, that 2273 level, but looks more like about the 2034 range is where this would head to. Let's take a look at what expansions would be. So many of you, most of you, don't have the same drawing tool that I have in order to be able to nicely draw in those Gartley patterns, but you've got the tools to form them yourself, because it's nothing more than math. And in this case here, we're looking at math of expansions of swing points, and that in this case would be your B to C swing point. So if we go from that level and we're going to take a look at expansion, what we're trying to identify is there an area or we get multiple Fibonacci numbers to come together at the same time. When you do that, it gives you a better idea of where price is headed to. Now, this morning here, as this equity gapped down into the 0.618 level, which is 2273, at 2279, you actually also had the 1.272 expansion of our B to C swing point. So, could it take a little bit of a rest here? I suppose it would be a natural area where you would maybe let some folks off the elevator. But when you're making a D point, when you're coming down like this, it says to me it wants lower price. And that's going to be the range of about 2034 to 2109, and that would give you your 0.786 Gartley buy pattern. That doesn't mean you buy it, because you need to see reversal signals in the general marketplace as well as inside this equity itself. And with it gapping down with this kind of volume, it's not really something I would be suggesting that you look at as a buy, because it's had destruction, and today is the second sign of destruction. Volume-wise, it's picking up 500,000 shares. Remember, the last gap down was only 1.5 million shares and only been trading for 13 minutes out there. Let's go check in on, let's see, what else do we have here dropping? You got Vanda Pharmaceuticals. So today is the battle of the biotechs and pharmaceuticals out here. VNDA is off about 15% here this morning. So let's go see what this equity is doing. VNDA, again, is the ticker symbol. So this did have a sign of strength, and it's gapped down back into it. So this is kind of an interesting looking equity. So let's take a look at the original breakout. Now, this thing here had a nice sign of strength. Don't know what was the reason for that, but that was on June 11th. Did 5 million shares to the upside. This is not good. This is not what should occur inside a stock that broke out, because this morning here you've got 1.7 million shares in 14 minutes. 1.7 million versus 5 million shares to the upside the entire day of June 11th. So this is not looking good. You could kind of say you had a high volume high, but you don't like this kind of volume coming off it. It would really have to start coming to a screeching halt out here. But it looks like this equity will come all the way back to its original breakout area. That first breakout area, the most recent, the first one the last one we looked at was this one here that took place on June 11th. The one prior to that, that took place here on May 17th. So that area now is in play, and that's going to be anywhere from about $6 down to $5.40. And if it doesn't like that, well, where will this come to? You guys already knew it because you were looking at my stock chart. I heard some of you through the microphone or through the speaker saying, Steve, look to your left. Look to your left. Look at that high-volume bar out there from December 18, 2012. That's like about $3.80 out here. So this thing here is a psycho stock. And with the volume accelerating the way that it is, you are exactly right. That December 18, 2012, nice catch out there, because I heard you coming right through my earpiece, to go back a little bit further left and take a look at December 18th. So this thing could go from $13.50 or so. The high was $13.30. Quite frankly, all the way back into about the level of around $3.11 out there. Vanda Pharmaceuticals. let's see. To the upside, let's go take a look at a pharmaceutical entity. Moving to the upside, that would be Intercept Pharmaceuticals. So let's go take a look at that one. ICPT is going to be its ticker symbol. So let's go take a look at that, ICPT. Let's go see what it is doing, gapping up here with some nice volume. Let's see what was behind this. Is rising after offering announcements. So somebody made an offering on this, maybe pricing a public offering. It looks like they're just putting some more stock out in the marketplace. In any event, let's go take a look and see what it actually is doing and what this is trading into. So nice volume behind the move here today so far. 330,000 shares. Now, again, a pretty illiquid stock, so not anything I recommend that you actually trade, or if you do, boy, make sure you got just a few shares. Give you an idea here. Yesterday, prior to whatever today's news was, only 34,000 shares. And then the day before that, 22,000. It's had share volume low days where it's only done 10,000 shares out here. So this is not anything you would most certainly want to load up on. So looks like an IPO that came out here October the 11th, 2012. Had a price range of $18.74 up to $20.40. You had a high volume day, but no wide price spread. You never know how to really read those days, or I don't know how to read those days. That is December the 21st, 2012. 659,000 shares, but the price spread, really nothing out there. So, you can use it as an area of support or resistance in the marketplace, but you look for other areas. What the support that really is on this equity is that hammer candle, as somebody pointed out. I heard somebody saying, "Hey, Steve, look to your right. Take a look at that hammer low and see how that was tested." And there was a hammer low, so that was a good catch out there. That was on April the 19th. As we draw the line across the screen here, that level was tested and held. Let's just take a look at the volume. Volume on that hammer was 102,000 shares. As it came back there with a little doji, 28,000 shares. So that's what you like to see. That came back on 80% less volume, 70% less volume. So that was nice. You could see here the small-bodied candles. They were telling you that the selling pressure was truly lightening up on the way down. You had a nice bullish engulfing candle. That took place here on the trading session of May 16th as well, with some additional volume to the upside, 45,000 shares. Came back here recently on June the 10th. Got that next small-bodied candle with 10,000 shares on June 11th here, and then another bullish engulfing bull sash type candle here on June the 13th. So where is this headed to? Actually, a great question out there. No high volume high or anything like that. I guess what we can say is that this did have a little consolidation that was going on. We'll use a black line across the screen to take a look at the top of that consolidation, and then we'll just use my little pattern here to draw a square, even though it says a circle up there, because I've got it in square formation. So where's now that it's broken out of that, where's the likely move? Likely move will take you up to about the $39-ish level. I would say the swing point low is its target, and that's January 29th, $40.02. And that's how you take a look at consolidations and breakouts of consolidations. You can use them on all time frames, all charts that you trade out there. Let's see here to the upside. So that was Intercept Pharmaceuticals. What else? We got Alexion, ALXN. So let's go see. It truly is the war here this morning to the up and downside of these pharmaceuticals. And when we come back from break, we'll take a look at Alexion, ALXN. Right now, we've got the Dow trading off 32 points, S&P down 3. We'll be right back, folks.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on Chinese stocks, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to try out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page at TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, on TFNN.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, has helped subscribers for over 10 years navigate the high-risk world of exploring and producing gold companies. And now's a great time to sign up for a free month-long trial to see the kind of insight that Tom delivers for his subscribers on a weekly basis. Every Monday, Tom O'Brien issues a quick update on the metal market, giving you his take on the HUI, XAU, GLD, dollar, bonds, and much more. Tom follows Monday's update with a full gold report, which is delivered to subscribers Tuesday afternoon with detailed coverage of 24 separate gold or metal stocks, as well as another 10 to 15 stocks that he lets you know are on his potential watch list. Get your month-long free trial to the Gold Report today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Don't spend another year navigating the metal markets on your own. Act early in 2013 and make the most of your gold and metal market investments.
Catch the Money Masters as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. Next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's off 41 right now. S&P is down 4. But most important, the leader here in the clubhouse to the downside is the NYSE, is the New York Stock Exchange. And that's the leader, just by a nose, but still a leader down 0.3% off 30 points right now. We've got net declining issues at about 860 out there. That gives us our wider breadth of the marketplace. Summation index is pointed down. The oscillators got close to zero, and turning back down would be very bearish. A lot of time left in the trading session, but we'll go take a look at Alexion Pharmaceuticals in a moment. When we began the show during the first or second segment, we were looking at the little consolidation going on inside the ES Mini, that 30-minute chart pattern. We can see here price. I gave you the target at the bottom of that consolidation being at 1641.50-ish level, or 1641 and a quarter, right around there. What we can see here is ES Mini. It's tagged that level, hasn't closed below it. So still what we see here is a market that is consolidating. But we've got, 4 minutes and 30, 40 seconds or so left before this 30-minute session closes. If, in fact, at any time, doesn't have to be this 30-minute, it can be the 10 to 10:30 session, we see it close below that 16, about 1642. We'll just simply call it 1641. Then what that's going to do, that's going to set off a move back down to the resistance of the support line now. We'll see if it acts as a support, and that'll take you down into the level of about another 10 points down, about 1632 out there. So you can expect that would be the move. Otherwise, right now, if the consolidation holds, we'll just see some swashing back and forth, maybe between the low and the high of that consolidation area. So that's what the market is doing right now as we speak. Now let's go over, let's take a look at Alexion Pharmaceuticals, see what we have going on out there. Alexion this morning is popping to the upside. It's trading up $2.95. That's up about 3%. If we take a look at it, it's really just in a little bit of a consolidation pattern out here right now. So even though it's moving higher, a bit higher, just really been consolidating as well here for quite some time. The consolidation on this, you can say we had a little false breakout recently, but the consolidation on Alexion Pharmaceuticals, let me just draw the lines out here. Really, the good consolidation pattern is going to take you from right around the level of $103 down to a price area of about, let's say, about, we'll call it 89. So from 89 to 103. So what would that be? That would be about $14 or so. That's the consolidation pattern with inside Alexion Pharmaceuticals out here. Let's see here. Volume pushes this thing to the lows. All the volume in this, with the exception of this most recent little breakout here, which took place on April 25th. But otherwise, volume is pointing to the lows. It's had a nice run as we take a look at this consolidation, but still there wouldn't be too much damage done for this thing to really go ahead and break that consolidation and move back to the lows. All that it would be doing, take a look at where that consolidation really held itself. That was that dead cat. That was at 0.382 level, around 83.26 out here. But this most certainly could be making an A to B equals CD down. That A to B equals CD down, that would set up the nice Gartley, potentially a nice Gartley buy, and that would be right around $62.05 out there. That is on Alexion Pharmaceuticals. Folks, if you're off to start your day, I want you to have a great Wednesday. Remember, go over to the homepage of TFNN.com, sign up for my free special report, The Trend is Your Friend, Until It Changes, and take advantage of this opportunity. Once, we've not done this before, but you've got the opportunity to truly test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probability, 2 weeks, free. There's no charge to your credit card or anything. Take advantage of that opportunity, and I want you to have a great Wednesday. Remember, folks, you have an amazing power within yourself, and that power, it's so strong, it'll produce a life of abundance. It'll cure incurable diseases, build billion-dollar businesses, but most important, folks, create fantastic, loving families. Thanks so much for being a part of the TFNN family. Have a great day, folks.
Let me tell you something, folks. I have people coming up to me saying, I just can't believe the amount of work that Steve does on his newsletter. And I says, I absolutely agree.
That is a recent clip from the Money Masters show that Tom and I do each day at TFNN. My newsletter service, Mastering Probability, is much, much more than a newsletter. Yes, it's outperformed the S&P 500 by 100% during the last 15 months. But more importantly, it's an extraordinary education, a roadmap for your success. And it's yours risk-free for the next 30 days. Just go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, and then Mastering Probability, because everyone needs a success strategy. For most, it's a competitive edge, the will to win, the drive to overcome any obstacle. Whatever you call it, winners find a way. Find your way to Mastering Probability today, because your journey to extraordinary rewards is just one click away.